All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm joined once again with Mike Furey, a good friend of mine. Met him at 𝗬𝗶𝗹 with Steve Bannon and a bunch of good fellas out there. Defense contractor. This guy's got his ears to the ground, fingers on the pulse, knows what's going on. He's been sending me updates on Venezuela. Well, now it looks like we've taken out Maduro. We've captured him a lot faster than I would have thought. I thought this would have been maybe happening in February, March, but no, it's done. We got Maduro. He's been captured. He's in New York right now. Mike, what else could you brief my audience on?
Well, congratulations to your audience for sharing all of this information that got the attention of the U.S. government prior to President Trump coming into office. As you know, we started on this 2 years ago, Nino, in December.
Right.
President Trump and his administration are protecting the southern interests of the United States and reinforcing the Monroe Doctrine. No other president.
Can you explain what the Monroe Doctrine is to people?
The Monroe Doctrine came from after the Spanish-American War, where we are protecting our interests in South America, and we're also economically helping, but we're also protecting South America from foreign intervention. Now, the foreign intervention that happened, and we discussed this starting 2 years ago, was that we knew Iran was there. We knew that China was there. We knew that Russia was there. We knew that North Korean troops were there. These people were all training in 1, 2, or 3 different areas. They were doing missile training. They were doing jungle training. And they were also doing reinforcement, infrastructure reinforcement, which means radar installations and military installations, as well as supporting the munitions that were brought in to affect the United States. So you've got a lot of bad stuff going on down in South America, and President Trump is a man. He might not say the right words to some people all the time. This guy is a thinker, and he's all about action. But the big thing you have is President Trump is letting the generals and admirals in our military do their job. Everybody on the planet got put on notice yesterday that when the United States military comes, we are coming with everything we've got.
Here it says, after capturing Maduro, Trump hints at military action in Cuba, Mexico, and Colombia. And my thought on this, Mike, is very simple. Why would we pull out our troops, our assets, our military assets that's already in the Caribbean? Why pull them out only to send them back? I'm thinking this could happen fairly fast, like in the next month, maybe sooner. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that we'll hit? I mean, why pull back only to go back? I mean, we're already there. Might as well just run another mission, right?
You might not be seeing it out in El Paso. I'm in Florida this week, okay? I'm with people from Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Sarasota, Hendry, Collier, and Lee. Right now, they're in the, we don't want to say audience because I don't have an audience where I was going into meetings when you contacted me this morning. These are all defense specialists, okay? Nobody's going to be steaming home. The fleet's not leaving. We're staying there to protect our interest in not only Venezuela, but what you're not seeing on TV in El Paso, and the media is not covering it, is Cuba. There are marches all over Cuba. They're marching in the streets. The Cuban people are rising up against the Cuban government, and President Trump is going to settle all debts now. He is not playing. Okay, we're going to protect our oil interests, and yeah, it's about oil, and yeah, it's about minerals, but it's really not. There's been a dictator, Maduro, who is just a bus driver, okay, as we all know, and Maduro has been taken out. He was a narco terrorist. All his generals and his vice president that got sworn as the interim vice president yesterday, she got indicted in 2018. I think they're going to raise the bounty on her to 20 million. All right. Nobody's going to get out. She just got
sworn in.
She just got sworn in.
Now we have to remove her.
And look, she's going to get removed. Okay. The behind the scenes deals are going to come to light very shortly in Venezuela. As you know, and we discussed this on prior shows, we've had operators there for a long, long time. We've got people embedded. We knew every step Maduro was taking, and she can throw away a cell phone every 5 minutes, or we're going to know every step she's taking, as well as the top 50 generals from Cartel 𝗬𝗪𝗓.
I thought Trump said we'll be running the government from here forward. So what is she doing there?
We're putting the panel in, and the behind the scenes discussions going on right now are very straightforward. We're coming in. The Venezuelan people want to be free. They want to be safe, and they want to prosper, and they want to have their Christian God. Okay?
But aren't they out celebrating? I've seen videos. They're already out on the streets celebrating, parades. They're so happy. Where does she fit into this? Is she?
We have personal friends that are Venezuelans that haven't been allowed to go back for 20 years, 22 years. When this guy got sworn in 2013, they lost their farms, they lost their businesses, they lost everything they had. They had to come to America with nothing but a backpack and start over again. They want to go home. They want to go home. Venezuela is a rich and prosperous land, but the biggest thing is the prosperous people. They're just a great group of people. We're stopping the narco-terrorism now.
I guess I'm just confused on where does she fit into this? Are they still under that rule of law with, she's a Maduro predecessor. I don't understand. Do we have to now remove her?
She's going to get removed, okay? There's no way out of this. She's under federal indictment for narco-terrorism. Maduro wasn't smart enough. He was the face of the crowd, okay? The 50 generals below him, they're all billionaires. Think about that. Every of the top 50 generalissimos are all billionaires. She programmed the whole deal. She is the architect of narco-terrorism and how to starve the Venezuelan people.
Do you think that maybe Maduro really did cut a deal with Trump and make it look like he was trying to escape, but really he said, you know what, I give up, told him maybe over the phone, like, just come get me, but make it look like an operation so that the deep state doesn't take me out? That's what I'm hearing behind the scenes.
Absolutely not. I watch your shows and I do listen to everybody, and there's great people. Everybody's on the internet with discussions. All right. He's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. His wife will get 8 to 12 to 15 years. Okay.
Wow.
He's not getting out, man. He's not getting out. He's not going to fly to Russia. He's not going to be going anywhere. He's a
not getting out. Okay, fair enough. But what about, let's say, Colombia, Claudia Sheinbaum in Mexico? They got to know now that they're the next targets. They got to understand that. Cuba, Colombia, and Mexico, and it's probably going to be fairly soon. So how are they, in your mind? What are you hearing? Are they preparing? Are they holding emergency meetings? What's going on?
I have to be very guarded with my language here because I actually do work, as you know, with some of the top security people in the United States. Okay. All right. Every cartel boss on the planet right now is crawling into a hole, is running away as fast as they can. These people aren't stupid. They understand that we just took the leader of a nation in 2.5 hours. All right. We're sitting at your shores. All right. The cartel bosses, legally, we've got over 25 cartel bosses in the United States that have given up. They've surrendered. They've come in. The new generation and the next generation of cartel bosses hasn't been established yet, as of yet. 𝗬𝗪𝗓 was the biggest takedown last year. So that being said, everybody on the cartel should be put on notice. We're coming. We're strengthening our southern border. We're building the border wall. We've got the water boards. We've got the water balls. We've got more security coming to defend our southern border. Now, again, we have to discuss it. We have to talk about the Chinese in Panama. There's a big overthrow and a push to get the Chinese out of Panama. They're actually dismantling and destroying Chinese statues and entry ports and everything else on both sides of the Panama Canal. So you're getting now major pushback, and that's all economic because the Chinese that are all over South America have destroyed the business ownership potential in all these Latin American nations, Nino. It's really bad.
So what's this going to look like? Are these going to be public? I mean, can you say that? Will these be public strikes inside Mexico? I mean, will the public know about it? Will it be on Fox? I mean, or is it going to be covert and we're just going to go in, take out the cartels, and no one's ever going to know about it?
I don't think there's going to be anything hidden about it. President Trump is a very straightforward man. They gave Maduro every opportunity to take $400 million to $500 million and go anywhere on the planet, but never come back. Maduro, as Marco Rubio says, wanted to play big boy. Well, he found out. Do you know that our special operators hit the ground and within 18 minutes, 90 of the security guards, all Cuban, the top Cuban security forces were completely eliminated. Okay, completely eliminated. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So from my understanding, we have about 30 to 50 years advanced technology than everybody else. Is that about right, do you think?
I would say it's that or more. Anything you see on TV is blasé, so to speak. It's our war fighters and our warfare equipment is so advanced. The Chinese have no idea. All the toys that the Chinese are making, that's a whole nother story on its own, like their J-20 jets. When they fire the guns or the rockets, the wings want to fall off. The Bangladeshis, they bought $250 or $25 billion worth of jets from the Chinese. They're giving them all back. They're just junk.
Wow.
They look good on TV, but they're junk, you know. So, and that's re-engineering by the Chinese from stolen American prints.
So what do you expect to happen now with Colombia and Mexico? If you had to give my audience anything at all, what do you think soon? Do you think soon we're going to go in? I mean, our troops are there, our fleets are there.
The president of Colombia has been given fair notice by the leader of the free world. You better watch your ass. I don't know about you, but if the president of the United States who just committed this action said, you better watch your ass, you better watch your ass.
Okay? But I've heard, I have friends that are down there right now, Oscar Ramirez, who I'm going to be who I'm going to be bringing on right after this, was at the Colombia-Venezuela border, and the people in Colombia are not allowed to parade. They're not allowed to celebrate on the streets. Otherwise, they'll be in jail for 15, 20 years. Like, nobody's allowed to celebrate or anything about what just happened in Venezuela. And Oscar was threatened in Colombia that if he does anything, they'll push him into, I can't remember he was in Venezuela, they'll push him into Colombia and be arrested, and he'll go to jail for 20 years. So, I mean, they're laying down the hammer right now in Colombia. Like, they're going to be defiant, obviously, until we go in there.
The Colombian people, the Venezuelan people, the Bolivian people, the people from Chile, Brazil, Guyana, they all want to be free. They just want to live their lives. They're getting starved when South America is sitting on the same amount of riches, if not more, than the United States and Canada. Okay? You've got oil. You've got fresh water, which is a key to life. All right? You've got minerals. You know, hey, let the Chinese use their battery-powered cars. That's over and done with in the Western Hemisphere. Okay? That dog doesn't hunt. Okay? Yes, you can have your cars for military purposes and for purposes of heavy transport. And nobody understands. South America, while it looks beautiful, is not a fully functioning utility. All right? Everybody wants to have fully functioning utilities, 5G, fresh water, fresh sewage, make sure everything's good and prosperous. President Trump is going to defend Venezuelans people. Okay? Venezuela people, they're going to be able to go back to work in the oil fields. They're going to be able to go back to work in the factories. You know, everything doesn't come from the United States. People are going to migrate back down to go home. Oil and energy specialists, you know, this whole thing's got to be rebuilt. There's only 2 refineries running in Venezuela now, and, you know, one of them got zapped, yesterday. So, there's a lot of work to be done, but the security and safety of the Venezuelan people comes first.
You know, you see China surrounding Taiwan, and it was kind of felt like that was the same pace we were going with Venezuela. I mean, they've been surrounding Taiwan now for years, right? I mean, I was kind of hoping, I was like, man, I hope they go in fast and take Maduro out. I was not expecting it to happen this fast. Trump acted swiftly, and I am in amazement in how fast Trump works. We're kind of like in a time now, in a period now where things do have to go up a few notches, right? Or a lot of notches, right? So now with Trump, I mean, we all know that the 2020 steal, the Smartmatic, Dominion, the whole thing is based in Venezuela. I'm sure all that's going to start coming out very fast. I heard Trump is already posting things on his truth about it. So he's killed more birds with one stone than we expected, right?
This is what happens when you have a strong, honest, straightforward man, and the left cannot stand it. They despise him. They actually have a hatred for him. And all he's doing is trying to make lives better for everybody around the globe, not just the United States. We've got tremendous problems here in the United States, and it's all going back to radical Islam. It's all going back to radical Islam. That's a whole story on itself. But South America, the most wonderful people on the planet, they work hard. They have very, very deep culture. It was developed long before the United States of America, 200, 300, 500 years before the United States. It's an amazing, incredible set of people, okay? The drugs in the 70s, when it started to get hugely popular and transport became available and, usuries came available, this whole thing is spiraled out of control. And the only guy that's going to stop it is Trump. But let's do a full stop on that. President Trump is training daily the next group of conservatives to come. All right. And I would not want to venture, and I sure wouldn't want to fight against J.D. Vance. He is not as nice as the president.
Really?
Really. Don't
Mike,
let
why do I have a hard time fucking
don't look. Smoke and mirrors.
Okay. I mean,
smoke and mirrors, dude.
So he's going to be the successor of Trump.
The coach, the master is training the students. Okay. Rubio, great guy. Hispanic, Cuban. Okay. You know what's coming. Fair warning. You know what's coming.
So I've been wrong about both those men.
I'm telling you something.
Do you think Trump could step down and they would take the helm of the ship before his term is over?
I love President Trump. He's a great guy. As you know, I've met him. I know his family. I've met quite a few of the family. I've been involved at my level. They're just wonderful people, but they're red, white, and blue. They do everything they can for America. And of course, there's a profit involved if you're a capitalist. Okay, and that should be expected. But I'm telling you, the next group of guys coming up, if this thing goes right, and everybody stays with the plan, the United States is going to be prosperous for another 100 years from this.
Wow.
Oh yeah, man, he switched gears big time. This is happening so quickly that over the course of the next decade. Guys your age, I'm 20 years older than you, but guys your age, and even people my age that are smart, if you get on the bandwagon, it's got to be great. If you don't get on the bandwagon, sorry about your luck. But in the United States, this Venezuela stuff was absolutely huge. I absolutely congratulate the United States military. General Kane is a fantastic individual, and his subordinates, some of the best in the business. And also, we've got General Donovan from the Marine Corps coming in to run Southcom. That's huge. Okay.
So as this develops, it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and presume or assume that we're going to go into Colombia and Mexico, Cuba and Mexico. I mean, I think that's fair to assume that. Will you return and give me updates?
Oh, I absolutely will. We've been working on this for 2 years. It came to fruition last night last night. So we're already on the next program. That's why I'm here for meetings now. And, I really do have to get going. I apologize.
No, absolutely. Mike, thank you for joining me. I know you don't want people to find you.
It's just defensivestrategiesgroup.com. I mean, it's,
okay.
we have private customers, and we have government services that we work on. We've got some top people, in defense and also the border, obviously, that we're in contact with. And, we've got people in Colombia right now. We've got people in Brazil, Guyana. So we got people all over the place on this.
All right. Well, let's keep in touch, Mike. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay with me just for a second.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.